Interesting. I was watching Compass from a distance, and I was at another firm. No need to mention that company, but I was watching them, and I was like, well, "This is a company that's really interesting," And I knew that they were going to enter the Long Island market at some point in time, but I was watching them from a distance as they penetrated market after market, and it started in New York and then California, and at some point in time, I'm like, this is a company that they're going to make an impact. They're going to be a game changer. And it intrigued me. And so when they approached me, I wasn't totally ready to make this move, but I was really intrigued and I liked what they had to say. I loved their platforms because it was a technology-based company that understood what was needed in the real estate world. And if you speak to Robert, or if you ever heard an interview, he learned from his mom, who was a real estate agent, and he realized how difficult it was forget a single mother, but for anyone, male, female, in real estate, it's quite difficult. And real estate was moving quickly, the world was moving quickly, and he understood that. So his whole thing was, let's build a company that has culture, but let's build it around a base of technology.
And that's exactly what he did.
And that's what he has done. And in fact, one of the most impressive things is in the 10 years or 11 years of existence, they have made a $1 billion commitment to technology over the 11 years. And at one point in time, we had 1,400 engineers.
Wow.
1,400. And the previous company I worked for, we were a significant company. We had 4 engineers. And then I would talk to other brokerages and I would say, how many engineers do you have? Oh, we have 2. We don't have anyone. So I realized the commitment. And it does take millions upon millions of dollars to compete in this marketplace. So it was built between, again, having culture, but giving agents platforms that they could work easier, they could be more effective and have more time. We could say more time to spend with family, but let's go the other route, more time to make money. Because the greatest asset that a real estate agent has is being in front of their SOI, sphere of influence. Okay? That's where the business will come from. So again, technology with again, a very, very important integral part, which was having the culture, and it was off to the races. So back in I'm going to say the beginning of 2020, if I'm correct, Compass came to Long Island, pre-COVID, 3 months prior to COVID. And I saw some of my agents, they said, oh, we're going to make this move. And then Compass approached me several months later, and I said, you know what? It's the right timing. It's the right timing because everything in life is about timing. It's not about just doing something. It's about, is it timed right? And I felt that everything was aligned. And so I came to Compass. I was working in the Hamptons for 1 year. I had a non-compete, and that was awesome because I got to see really an area that we had been there for 5 years. All right, and in 5 years we had grown a $3 billion business. We had about a 200 agent base headcount.
Really?
Oh yeah, so it was significant. So that was really good for me to see because I'm like, okay, now I'm seeing something, the vision that was 5 years ago. Now I've seen what they've done in this short window of time. And here we are now in 2023. We're going to be hitting our 3rd year in I think about another 6 months or so. And Long Island has over 500 agents. So total between the 2 regions, we have 700 plus agents. We are doing about $6 billion. Long Island, Nassau, Suffolk, we did $2.5 billion. And as I mentioned, the Hamptons did $3 billion. So we are really making an impact with a small headcount in relationship to some of the other brokerages. And I only see it growing, and I only see it getting better because what Compass has done is they realized that you have to have an incredible team at every level. So not only did they hire the best management, thank you,
Yeah.
but they hired the best people to serve the agents in technology, in marketing, and then they went out and hired the best of the best. So they built their sales team around getting like an A team. They have A team. So I always say that at Compass, you didn't ask to join Compass. You were asked to join Compass. You didn't come to us. We came to you, which is a huge difference.
Yes. So
All right?
only chosen, not chosen, but only
Well,
preferred.
Chosen, really chosen. When you think about it, we wanted the best of the best. And I think that was an incredible strategy because we did hire the best of the best. And that's how you have growth in 3 years, the way we've had it.
Right.
All right. Now we add to the best of the best. We have, a great talent of we call them, the leaders of the team or the principals of the team. But now we have teams that are bringing in incredible agents. And every day, I would tell you, probably within a week, every week, I'm getting 10 to 15 calls, people asking, can I join Compass? And then I'm on a national feed, and it's amazing. I would say 10 a day, probably 50 to 60 agents nationally we're bringing in. Okay, and these are all people at a fairly
high-end,
high level,
productive, high level.
agents. Yeah, I think since January, we've brought in 1,000 agents nationwide.
How many offices do you have on Long Island?
Long Island, we have, not including the Hamptons, there's 13 offices. And then in the Hamptons, we have 6, so there's 19 in total. Obviously, we had an expansion that we will begin again, but right now we put it on